back out on the property. I'm having materials delivered this morning. Unfortunately, I guess fortunately and unfortunately, we've had a really active monsoon season. Very much fortunately, but for our roads and getting through, we've got this problem area right here. So I'm actually calling this rattlesnake crossing now. So yesterday when I came in, I was looking for some boards. I got some zip that I'll put over these muddy sections over here, and I guess some water had carried them a little bit further downstream when water runs through here, and I walked right across a rattlesnake that was pretty upset that I was getting too close. So I've got some boards. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up, and that way I'll give the truck something to drive over when he delivers. Hey guys, I know it's gonna be a little windy, so I'm gonna squat down. So this morning was pretty crazy. So the bridge that I would have worked, but we didn't. Whenever the McCoy's truck came in, we had the heavy forklift on the back, and it just bogged it down. So we spent basically the whole morning trying to get that thing out. Luckily, we didn't have to call a tow truck. So one of the customers that he had to deliver to, we called him, and he came over. He had a 3/4 ton pickup truck and tow strap, and we ended up getting out. But unfortunately, I have a long way to take the material. And I'm driving a Toyota Corolla too, so sometimes I'll bring this Corolla. It's not the right vehicle for working out here, but it does save, like, probably only spends a third of the gas that the Tahoe does. Anyway, it is what it is. So I'm gonna have to like just load it up in the car, and then take it up there. I'm gonna have to make a lot of trips, but you can see right here how much of a mess it made. So when it draws out, I'm gonna try pushing it over a bit and flatten it out a little bit and make sure I can get out. All right, I'm gonna get started moving material. All right, guys, that was pretty brutal bringing all that material up here. I got it done though, so I've got all the material that I need to finish the rails for the decking, the trim, all of that. I've got up here, so I'm about to get started. First thing I do is I need this to be flush. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I've already marked a line. I'm gonna go ahead and cut across to get this nice and flush. I'm just gonna work front to back. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the stairs up here, and then the rail going across, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to the back and get started there. gonna have to level the stairs up a little bit. You can probably tell just by looking at it. I'm also gonna have to raise it up, so push it in closer and then raise it up a little bit so that last step isn't so high. But anyway, it's functional right now, so that's the good thing. And I'm gonna get the about to go eat lunch, and then I'm gonna start working on the handrail and the trim out here. If it's not too hot, if it's the sun's just blazing on this side of the A-frame, I'm gonna start working on the other side. Hey guys, I just finished the railing on the front and the stairs. I still have some trim, as you can see, going up the top. I'm like debating with myself to go ahead and just do it now or go ahead and start in the back. Kind of the problem is it's really high. And so it's like, man, I really don't like getting up there. But it's got to be done. But I'm really wanting to get started with the railing around the back too. And also, I can do the trim on the, I guess on the outside, going up to the top. Like you can see, I've gone halfway. So I could get the trim, go ahead and go all the way to the top on both sides, but I can't get the trim on the inside until I've got these temporary boards on there. There's a section in the middle if you're just tuning in, just if you're new to this channel, then I'm gonna do a bottle wall. So to keep rain from coming in, I've got that covered up. And there's a circle up there too I've got covered up. I'm gonna do a moon right there. So I gotta get those boards off to be able to do the trim anyway. So I'm thinking about just doing all of that at the same time. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move around to the back. guys, I'm just gonna clean it up here a little bit. You see I got the railing up. I have to paint it though, so there is trim that fits in here on each section to clean it up a little bit. But I gotta paint everything, which means all of these, what these are called is, these are used for cattle and farming. It's like fencing, cattle fencing, something like that. Anyway, I don't want that painted, so I got to take that out, so that way it'll make it easier to paint everything, and then I'll put the trim pieces on there. Let me show you guys what it looks like from here. All right, the loft net that I'm going to use, it's 5 feet by 8 feet. So I'm going to have decking going through this way, right here. So there'll be a walkway on either side, and then this will be the space for the net right here. Still got plenty of work to do. It is pretty overwhelming, but like any project we've done, once we get done, you start putting it to work. All that work kind of starts fading away. At least all the days that you spend grinding and, man, just working yourself to the bone, all those memories start fading, and you get to really enjoy the results of your effort. All right, that's gonna be it for me today. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. About to get started out here on the deck. I want to explain real quick what I've got going on over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna remove all of these those panels right there, and that way I can sand and paint right there. This right here, this is where the loft net's going. Like I've mentioned, it's I'm gonna wait till I finish it though. It's a 5 by 8. And I'm not exactly sure what adjustments I'm going to have to make with the rough opening to be able to get the loft net really tight. So I'm going to leave it bigger than 5 foot by 8 foot, but I'm not going to put the decking on this side over here, just in case I have to move a joist over there, either add one or moving one back a little bit. I'm just going to leave it like is, then I'll do the decking and paint that last. All right, let me get started. Come here, Bitsy. Come here. Come here. And introduce you guys to my dog Bitsy real quick. If you're wondering why she has this donut around her neck, you know, she's really old. You know, old dogs will get little growths on their skin. Well, she's got a place that she's licked it so much that it got irritated. So I put that on her, so she'd stop licking it. It'll heal up. Anyway, really good dog. She's been good company.
Tiene que entrar perfecto ahí.
Ah, ese no está entrando nada tampoco. No. Hay que cortarlo. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the episode today. I know it ended a little bit abruptly, so I'm kind of doing this closing video. I want to take an opportunity to talk about a few things as well. I know that my audio quality hasn't been that good. Part of that is because the easiest thing for me to do is to use my cell phone. All right, so I bought a microphone whenever I started making the videos for the cell phone. It had this adapter thing. So this is for a different model of iPhone, one of the newer iPhones, and I've got a not too old, but a little bit older iPhone that it takes the different type of connection. So this adapter basically hooks into it, and then you've got the mic that just wear kind of like a necklace. If you look at some of my really early videos, you can see it. And then it's got like it's got a magnet where it just attaches to it. That worked really well until I lost this adapter piece. So I've actually got a new microphone now. So one thing I was looking at, I couldn't just buy a new adapter. You have to buy the whole set again, which is, I think this is Hollyland was what I bought, and it was well over $100. So I actually found one of these, so I have been using now. So if you notice my last video, you don't have all that wind noise in it like you do in this video and many of my other ones. But I've got this one off Amazon. It's called PQRQP, and it works amazingly well. It wasn't even that much money. I want to say it was probably around $50, and you get two of these basically, and then you get two mics, and you get this adapter right here. So it's got kind of all in one. It's bigger, so hopefully that'll keep me from losing it if it falls. And it's got both the newer type of connection and older connection for the iPhone, which is great. And you can also hook it up to regular camera. So a lot of times I use a Canon EOS R for a lot of my non-YouTube recording, or even sometimes on YouTube. But while I'm working, I definitely don't. It's bigger, heavy. Put it on the tripod. It's really a pain to carry around. So I don't use that, and I use a good mic, a Ceramonics, whenever I use my bigger camera. But in order for me to make this as easy as possible while I'm building, I just use my iPhone. So now I've got the microphone issue handled. And like I said, this video kind of ended a little bit abruptly. If you want to see a full tour, just take a look at my last video. I just gave an update video and did a walkthrough of what we did. Now, I guess let me talk through next steps. So next steps, I still have to get the exterior closed off. So the exterior is for the most part done. In my last video, I did talk about I need to put some lag bolts in the railing that I did in the post. I need to put some lag bolts in there. I made kind of like a ledger board too to kind of adjust the size of where I have the net that's going to be installed in the deck. So I need to put a few lag screws in there as well, just because it's like a board that doesn't have like a beam underneath it to catch it. So just to give it some more strength. The areas I got to close up, they were the custom areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a gable vent at the top. I've gotten comments on this channel like, what am I going to do for ventilation? I think at the apex basically of each wall, I'm going to do a gable vent and just build it myself. And I've got areas on the front. I've got that long strip that I've said all along it's going to be a bottle wall, and then that big circle that I want to do a bottle wall and do kind of like a quarter moon design in it. I've sourced the bottle. So I put a post on my Instagram, the Lost Miner LLC, and just asking for bottles in the Terlingua area, and it didn't disappoint. So one of my favorite pizza places, Long Draw Pizza. If you go get into like Terlingua 118, take a right on 170. It's kind of between Terlingua and Lajitas, but excellent place. So anyway, the owner actually said, hey, they could help out. So that's awesome. I should be able to they've got a bar, and it should be plenty of glass bottles. I've already gotten some here in Houston as well. So I got this glass bottle cutter. So it's got a little basin here, little tank that you fill up with water. And you got the blade right here. I've already practiced on some bottles. You can run them through pretty quick. So I've got the machine I need to cut all the bottles. Now I just gotta get the bottles and start cutting, and then get some mortar and then start filling in that area. So that's pretty exciting. So once I get the exterior completely closed up, I've talked about painting it a different color, and I will. I've gotten some good comments on the color, but I just know it's going to look way better with the reddish color. I can't remember the actual Sherwin-Williams color code right off my head, but anyway, it's going to look much better. And I think with the bottle wall sections, the contrast is going to be a little bit better than it would with that yellow color. Then I'm going to start building out the kitchen. Okay, naturally, I want to just hurry up and get it, whatever's going to make it more livable, right? So getting like the main, the electrical and, the plumbing and stuff like that. I immediately just naturally want to jump towards that, but that would be a huge mistake. I'd end up placing things in the wrong area. So I'm going to build out where the counters go, the sink goes, everything, cooktop for the kitchen. Once I do that, I know exactly where everything's going to go. Then I'll go ahead and start wiring everything for electrical, and I'll do the plumbing. Then insulate, close up the walls, put the final flooring on there. And I don't know how long that's going to take me. I planned on being done by this point, but hopefully by the end of the year, I'm done. That's my goal. I want to get some bookings on this thing by the end of the year. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.